It's not going to be easy. It's going to be fucking hard.
Alrighty, boys and girls, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome in. Pull up a seat, make yourself a home. Grab yourself a coffee or your drink of choice. Let's get this week started, boys and girls. Hit the like button before we get rolling. Say what's up in the chat. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. What's up, guys? Good morning, Wolf Dubai, Simply Alley, James, Tom, Big Head Reef, Jorno, Wolf, Nika, good morning. Melda, good morning. Cherie, good morning. Good morning, everybody. What's up, Zerodium, Lorenzo, right? Great value blueberries. I mean, how is it that these are the names that I'm saying good morning to? I'm literally saying good morning to great value blueberries in the chat. He says, I have a big plate of 7 scrambled eggs and I'm ready to trade. Hell yeah, great value blueberries. What's up, Jamie, Connor, Victor, Dynamite, Eugenio, Chucky, Brian, Abdul. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Let's jump into the charts. We got market open here in about 20 seconds. And first things first, economic calendar. We don't have any red folder news today. We do have Trump and an FOMC member speaking later this afternoon. Shouldn't be an issue for this morning's action. But looking ahead, we do actually have NFP added to the calendar this week on Thursday. So that should make things interesting. So we got FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday in the afternoon. We have NVIDIA earnings after hours on Wednesday. And then we have NFP on Thursday, PMI on Friday. So no news today, no news tomorrow. But I think technically this should now be looked at as NFP protocol. Let me know what you guys think. Second time that the NFP event has been rescheduled. Let me look ahead to see, did CPI get rescheduled yet? No, not yet. So maybe that will still happen, but we'll keep an eye on all of this, guys. Just wanted to make you guys aware of that. If you didn't notice that that was put back on, interestingly enough, unemployment claims is now tentative. So government shutdown things, I guess, boys and girls. Market just opened up here. Let's jump into the actual charts. I marked out a couple things. Basically, number one, last week's weekly candle. So last week's weekly candle, if you look here at ES, it ended up being an inside week on the ES chart. And then NQ, we obviously did end up putting in a new low, took out the weekly low prior, put an SMT divergence with that weekly low in, and then going into the daily, we traded up into a bearish fair value gap here on the daily going into last night as I was looking at this. So the SMT sponsored the highs into this inefficiency, and now it looks like right now we're heading straight for the previous day lows. To be honest, potentially previous weekly lows. So previous weekly low on NQ would be this low. So just have it marked out here. Previous weekly low. There was, I believe, a 4-hour gap that was left unfilled below this low here, which we've now just traded into. So interestingly enough, as you scale in, we got opposing PD arrays that we're kind of bouncing in between at the moment, right? So 4-hour bearish gap, 4-hour bullish gap that price is currently trading between at the moment. Oops. Starting to zoom in here, looking at the overnight sessions. Asia range did not really move all that much. But London looks like we started to pick it up. So we got a manipulation here above Asia highs during London, and now we're distributing lower. So let me know what you guys are liking here as far as you know, your powers of 3. I guess for right now, it's kind of looking more so like London manipulation, potentially New York continuation, but obviously expanded a lot here in the pre-market session, and now with the open we just got a manipulation down, it looks like, and now we're starting to flip back up here, finding respect in that unfilled 4-hour. So basically the question is, what is the next draw going to be right now, right? Are we drawing to this previous weekly low? Are we drawing back to London highs? Kind of a tough read right now, a little bit, right? You kind of make a case for both, I'd say. This is interesting. Guess we'll wait for some more information. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, boys and girls. We're 4 minutes into the open. Let me check the poll in the chat. Let's see what we got. The poll in the chat, only 120 votes, so everybody's shy today, I guess. But we got, what, 46% bullish, 55% bearish. Guys, we're actually more bearish today. All right. We are more bearish today in the chat for now. See if that changes. Everybody saves their vote to see what actually happened, and then they vote. Hey, everybody's cheating. What's up, Tyler? What's up, Malik? Abashi, good morning. Magusta. Good morning, JT. Mika. What's up, Callum? Tyler, what times have you got for Asia? They seem different from mine. You might have to, if you're just using like an indicator, like I used to just kind of quickly mark out the sessions, you might have to just double check that you, we had daylight savings, so you might have to adjust to 1 hour on the, you know, like if you're using like this indicator or something. So right now the time zone should be set to, I believe, yeah, -5. So New York, so it should be UTC -5. But basically the times, Asia kill zone will end at midnight is how it should line up. So 8 to midnight, 2 to 5 on London, and then obviously New York equities opening at 9:30. But yeah, usually like these indicators, you might have to adjust it 1 hour. So we shall see what we want to do here, boys and girls. Looking like, I mean, 5-minute chart, 5-minute candle just closed. I mean, it looks like it's obviously quick manipulation here at open, and now we're mooning. Now we are mooning after taking out this low here. So where's our first presented gap? It's actually right here on the 931 candle, ain't it? Yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to end up being a nice kind of opening range high to opening range low move potentially. If we're going to leave this open, right, and unfilled. We could end up using this as a target. Potentially. Whether that's today or later. We'll see. I mean, we got 23 minutes until the close of the hour and 4 hour. What's up, TG? Good morning, man. What's up, Josh? Yeah, let's check regular trading hours. There's the opening range gap fill. Oddly enough, we actually have opening range gap left open, unfilled from last week. What day is this? Thursday? Wednesday to Thursday? Where is this? 500, 502. Another straight move here right at the open, man. What are we up? $200 points. What, 5 minutes, 8 minutes? Hell yeah. Trading into an hourly bearish gap at the moment. I don't know, it's got so much speed that I don't know if this is gonna hold, but this is where we're at. 50-minute candle will close here in like 7 minutes. It'll be interesting to see what we want to do. I guess for good measure, we might as well mark out London highs here. London high 361. And then 502. I'll just call it opening range gap left open. We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. Yeah, we're breaking free. What's up? Lots good to see you, man. What's the thing with Project X and Top Step? Any additional info for your thoughts? Yeah, I saw the all this stuff over the weekend or whatever, or at the end of last week. Honestly, everybody was freaking out on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck is, I'm like, what is everybody talking about? And then from the sounds of it, I still haven't seen like official updates or posts about it, but I mean, just people speculating, saying that they're going to pull the licensing, Top Step that is, from Project X from other firms. But it sounds like that's not for some time yet, like February, end of February. So people got time to adjust, but I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a, you know, a little bit of a dirty move by Top Step to try to like corner more of the market. But I don't know. I mean, do people listen? I know that you guys, if you're trading with Top Step, I know you guys are trading on Project X because you don't have a choice. But it's like every day I feel everybody's saying that there's Project X issues. So it's like, I don't know why. Why just continue using a platform that you have nothing but problems with, I guess is my question. But there we go. But yeah, that's the drama or whatever that you might be hearing on Twitter, is that they're pulling the licensing from other firms to be able to use Project X. Well, it's kind of like a little bit of a dirty play, just because it's like, all right, well, if we got all these people that, you know, like using Project X or depend on using Project X, and we allow other firms to use it, you know, not telling them that eventually we're going to take it away. And then you got maybe a bunch of their traders, a bunch of their customers that get used to trading on Project X. Well, if it's no longer being offered at that firm, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the only firm that has access to it. Right, so it's a little bit of like a, oop, snuck one by is kind of a play there, but hey, man, all's fair in love, war, and business, and day trading. When it comes to business and day trading, boys and girls, listen. There's no room for listen. Nobody's playing fair. Let me put it that way. What's that one quote? It's like a medieval guy that says it. I forget his name. It starts with an M. How's the saying go? It's like, how are you gonna win playing fair when others are cheating, or something like that? How are you supposed to win playing fair in a game in which others cheat? I think is how the saying goes. I don't know. It is what it is, but that's kind of the world of business. But anyway, all I know is the chat has now flipped from bearish to bullish. So I told you guys that the vote would change as people see what's happening in the market. We were bearish, like almost 60% bearish. Market is obviously rocketing up here at the open, and funny enough, the poll switched to bullish. Do you guys notice that? So yeah, that's how it goes. What's up, Amazon Store USA? How was my weekend? My weekend was good. I'm doing well. Got no complaints. Excited to get back to the action. Not a huge fan of market just going straight in one direction at the open, as it's has a tendency to be like this from time to time. So other than that, not too hot. I mean, it's really just a matter of coming into this morning was like, all right, where is the draw on liquidity, right? So I think when I went to bed last night, yeah, we were like down in here, or up in here, sorry. And I was looking at the daily, and I'm looking at, okay, we got a daily BPR here. Like, all right, well, I want to see where we're at, this morning. And this morning we had taken out the previous day high into the daily inefficiency, and we were actually starting to flip. And I thought, just looking at these sessions here, this is like as market was opening up, looking at the sessions here, I'm like, okay, well, we got Asia accumulation, London looks like manipulation into that daily FEG. And then I'm like, man, it looks like we could be distributing lower, but potentially that move could have already been sponsored, right? Like if we just maybe even use some standard deviations on this, kind of project out London as that manipulation, like we've traded down, right? Projecting this out, we've already traded down to 2 standard deviations of London, all basically pre-market going into open. So you can make the argument that this move is already completed, I guess. And now perhaps we're looking to target the other end of the range. We already traded down to 2 standard deviations of Asia range as well. So all things to keep in mind. And obviously just looking at price here, it's like, okay, we opened up, one more drive lower, and now we're flying. So that's probably not going to be the case, but really it's going to come down to like, okay, what kind of entry can we be offered here? We do have like 15-minute just closed. So we got 15 minutes till the end of the hour and 4 hour. We do have an hourly bearish gap right here that you can see that we're kind of dealing with right now. So, never say never. 15 minutes could pass and, this could wick all the way back down and this could look totally different. But for the moment, it's kind of looking like this wants to probably just continue moving higher, I guess, right? It's hard to want to fade this, I guess. A little bit. Like I said, that could change, but yeah, man. London high 361. We got New York midnight like 275. Got levels to keep our eyes on here. Love the straight moves at the open though. I love them. I absolutely love them, guys. Nothing's better than when the market opens up and we just fly in instant 230 points and counting. Nothing's better. All in the first 15 minutes. So yeah, like I guess opening range breakout traders, the orb traders, the 15-minute, let's look at it. Is this how the orb traders are trading this right now? Like our orb traders going, all right, here's our 15-minute range high. Here's our 15-minute range high. Here's our 15-minute range low. They mark out both levels, obviously, and then they're just scaling into the lower time frames to find closure above that and then go long. Is that what the opening range breakout traders are up to right about now, boys and girls? Can somebody confirm or deny? Can somebody confirm or deny? Is this what the orb traders are working with right now? Great when it works, I guess, but I mean, damn, it's just crazy. Like, we're just gonna keep longing. Just keep long. Yeah. No, yeah. Hey. No, yeah. Just keep long. Yeah. No. Just don't wait for a pullback. Just fucking keep long. just keep going. It won't stop. Schemo says Western this Friday too. What do you mean Western this Friday? What? You're in shorts Amazon store, is that what you're saying? Paris currently, the short I am currently, I'm not, guys, I'm not taking the orb, by the way. I just marked this out just for shits and giggles, but the short I'm currently in may not work, so I risk less since we are currently not in premium. My next short will be 340 level. Paris, you just like Marco levels and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna try these levels, so eventually one will hit. Interesting to see. We're trading into this London bearish order block. Let's see what we do with it. We've got a 1 hour gap in here as well. Basically, I'm just like, all right, it's like, all right, I can long this, but I'm not, me personally, boys. Me personally, my flavor, different strokes for different folks. Ain't that what they say? Different strokes for different folks. The stroke that I like is not like, all right, we went 250 points. Yeah, let's just long here. No pullback necessary. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's just not the stroke for me. That's, you know, if that's the stroke for you though, that's I got no judgment. It's just not the stroke for me. It's just not the stroke for me. You know what I mean? What about depth of market dom traders? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how the dom is actually helpful, to be honest. The only time I would think that it would be helpful would be like if there was like, you know, at some equal highs or equal lows, you just see like a crazy amount of orders, like an abnormally large amount of orders, where you could be like, all right, yeah, we're probably drawing towards that, right? But like I said, I think you'll find that at pools of liquidity that you would already kind of be looking for. I guess I don't know from experience because I don't really use the DOM, but I don't know. It looks cool to look at, but I don't see how looking at it is actually helpful personally. But some people swear that it helps their trading. So I mean, listen, whatever works for you, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game here. Mersal, yep, you are late. We longed already at market open. Already caught 200 points. Where you been, dog? Sleeping in on a Monday, huh? W's in the chat, boys. If you caught the 200-point longs at open, come on, come on. I should this. Oh, you guys love those social media posts where it's like, if you didn't catch this long, those rage bait posts. If you didn't get such an easy long this morning at open, if you didn't catch it, you were actually a loser. Probably should never trade again if you didn't catch that long this morning. Price took off like this Friday is what I was trying to say. Oh yeah. Price jumping out the gym right now. So can I post? I would be offended if you didn't post, Nika. Yeah, I guess Dodgy does do that. I wasn't thinking about him when I said that. But yeah, now that you mention it, he does do that. He likes to rage bait people with that. What does he say? You're a donut if you didn't take this trade or something? Yeah, it's just rage bait, dude. That's the funny thing is when people get all pissed off and just start coming at him in the comments, you know that he's just sitting back there just smirking. Because he's like, mission accomplished. Sometimes I kind of feel like that when I take a loss on stream and I'm like red in the morning and then I make back the losses in the afternoon, sometimes I kind of feel like that. So like last week, last week I was just like, I kind of feel bad posting because I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I know what it's like. I would be the guy that would be like, man, fuck this guy, bro. But then again, I remind myself that I'm doing this all for free on YouTube, so what the fuck do I care? Taking in, attempting a 7R. Good luck. Looks like New York Open is shitting on London and Asia session like you guys just for time pass. What? It looks like New York Open is shitting on London and Asian session. Like you guys just for time pass? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to reword whatever that is. Every scam do this, loses in stream and win offline. That's true. That is so true. But then again, it's like, what are you gonna do? Buy my course that I don't have? What are you gonna do? Join my private group that I don't sell? What are you gonna do? Apply for my one-on-one mentorship that I also don't have? You know what I'm saying? This is like whatever. I have no obligation. This is the whole reason I started streaming. I'm like, dude, I don't like feeling obligated to wipe other traders' asses. I'm like, I can just stream for free, and it's just like, if you rock with it, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's just like, it is what it is. I don't control the price that we get during New York AM session. So we just make do with what we got. You know what I mean? Yeah, 15-minute orb though. Playing out for now. I guess it's not moving too fast anymore, but we got 9:55. We got 5 minutes till the top of the hour. I mean, yeah, I don't even have an idea to frame up right now, if I'm being honest. Like, yeah, I really don't know what I want to do if this, and obviously if this just kind of keeps grinding toward London without any manipulation, it's just like, well, man, I'm not gonna do nothing with that. So yeah, man, I don't have an idea right now. I don't think this is a market I want to engage with at the moment here. So I'll wait. I'll be a good little boy and wait. I'll be a good little boy. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll watch 10 a.m. hour just go sideways basically. Right? watch the 10 a.m. hour be basically like a doji candle. $153. So we'll see. We got 3 minutes till the close of the hour and 4 hour. And let's see what we'll be working with here. We will have a 15-minute, obviously a very large, the first presented 15-minute fair value gap of the session down here in the below 150. The hourly looks like we will create an inversion here on the lower discounted fair value gap. Currently finding some respect from the premium bearish gap and bearish order block. 4 hour, and this is what the 4 hour looks like. I mean, obviously if the 4 hour is going to close like this, I feel like this is a very, very strong rejection, and it's hard to not think that the next 4 hour candle wouldn't more than likely keep expanding. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with that logic, but that's kind of what we look like right now. We close in 2 minutes. So that's what it looks like. It's just how would you want to frame an entry off of the, or off of that to catch continuations here. A little gap here that's being traded back into currently. Trying to get us to 10 a.m. here. Obviously, the idea in simplest terms would be, right, hourly power of 3 and 4-hour power of 3. One minute, 5 minute gaps. And the orb, and the 15-minute orb. New hour incoming in 1 minute. WXM agrees. Amazon store agrees. All right, new hourly candle opening right now. Yeah, so it's kind of a tricky read on the 1 hour, right? If you're looking at kind of just where we're at. So it's like, all right. Obviously, the discounted fair value gap did not get respected. Inverse that, but we're holding here. And the OB. Here's the 4 hour. I mean, that's just, right? Look at that. It's like a perfect, it's the most perfect doji candle you've ever seen. You the rest of your trading, you might never see a more perfect doji candle like that. That's just wow stuff. Here's the 15-minute chart. 15-minute gap here. I mean, so yeah, this would be kind of the easiest idea to frame up, I would say, right here for now. Looking to go long or short? I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm just waiting to see something that justifies doing one or the other. I wouldn't be like opposed to going short necessarily, but yeah, I think the idea that makes the most sense to me right now would be a retracement to then probably look to long after. But whether or not we get that or not, right? Like, what day was that? Was that Friday? I think it was Friday, right? I mean, Friday is a great example of like why it's a little bit riskier to take that counter trend trade back to set up the trade you actually want. Right? Like I went short on Friday in a similar situation. We had expanded pretty aggressively to the upside. And I'm like, all right, I want to go long. I want to be bullish. But I'm like, I can't long where we're at. I got to wait for a retracement. I got to get a retracement. So I tried shorting into where I wanted to long. I tried shorting back into discount. And I mean, you guys saw like it had a very shallow retracement. Wasn't profit for a moment. You could argue that I should have went break even. and then it just kept continuing higher, right? And it was just like one of those moments where I felt like price was being a little bit more irrational than, you know, the logic we would prefer to see. So, you know, it happens. Like, but that's the risk you take when you obviously are willing to take the counter trend move of your idea, if that makes sense. Obviously, I'm looking at the other assets here as well. Pretty strong rejections at the highs, especially on Dow Jones. Like, Dow Jones looks really weak compared to ES and NQ. Look at this move. Well, there's the 15-minute orb traders getting pooped on. But Tyler, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend, Tyler. Tyler, the trend is your friend, Tyler. We already went up 250 points. We could just keep going higher, Tyler. Tyler, why did you wait for a pullback when you could just do the orb breakout, Tyler? Tyler. Tyler, see? See, Tyler? Tyler. There you go. All right, pull back to 50% of the range. And 15-minute FE jizzle. Pause. But we are picking up some speed here, so we got to wait for probably some confirmation to engage with this. But there's the retracement that we were looking for, at least. In timer, prices only goes one direction. Timer. Bro, look at that 50% tap. It's just a thing of beauty, right? But it's like, how would it, like, if you were to limit order this, like, I don't even know where I'd put my stop loss, honestly. Like, I would not feel safe with it anywhere here. You know what I mean? Like, I would not feel safe with my stop here. Obviously, until it turns around, then you're like, oh, sweet. But, like, other than that, it's just so open. Timer. Timer. Oh no. Oh, sorry. Does anybody here see the SMT with Dow Jones? The SMT with Dow Jones? I mean, I have Dow Jones pulled up. I mean, you can see it. I have it here as well in the bottom right corner, but the SMT with Dow Jones. No, I don't really see any SMT with Dow Jones, so. I don't actually. Unless you're talking about like the previous hourly lows. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've SMT the lows there a while ago, yeah. There's also SMT at the daily lows, or the previous weekly lows, which I pointed that out. That was the first thing I pointed out at the beginning of the broadcast, boys and girls. SMT here. But look where we're at in the daily. Are we gonna trade all the way back down to this first presented gap that was left open? Is that what we're about to do, boys? About to retrace this whole move? My only question is, would the opening range breakout traders, now that they've got screwed over on longing the opening range breakout, when it gets back below this low, are they going to do the same thing, vice versa? All right, time to opening range breakout the other way. That's my only question. Boys, we are moving. Hamana. Absolutely flying right now. Why you bitch? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little kerfuckled right now. I actually am like, dude, are we gonna just continue this all the way back down to here? If so, this could be a easy, you know, just try to scalp this back down to the open first presented fair value gap. Or it's like, is this gonna be just a OTE retracement to go back to the at least the hourly high, right? Like 618 right here, where I feel like I could easily frame both sides of this right now. Like, here's your short, but also here's your long. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to touch anything right just this second. I kind of want to wait and see what we do here because I really don't know. I kind of feel like I could frame both sides pretty easily. So, yeah, I don't want to get too trigger happy here and then find myself on the wrong side of whatever this is about to do. Yeah, our new week opening gap was a very small new week opening gap this week. Is this right here? What is this? Yeah, that's our new week opening. Our new week opening gap's like right here. Right there, boys. Coming back up pretty aggressively here. just going to wait a little bit. Obviously, if we don't hold this, which if we do hold this, this is where we're going to short from, I would say, right? If we inverse here, get above this, I mean, I think we just go back to hourly highs. Would be the easiest short-term draw, and then maybe London. But still, or we could go within just this own opening range. So yeah, you can see the thought process, right? Like why you could frame both sides. Or no. I feel like it's like one of those moves where you can frame both sides, but then once whatever move plays out, you sit there and you're like, oh, no, yeah, that was actually obvious. Why did I entertain the other side? But that's just kind of hindsight, right? But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be more patient when we get these fucking giant moves at open. I don't know. It's been kind of one of my reflections over the last couple of weeks. It's like whenever we do get such a big move either direction at the open, it's just like, man, usually going into the 10 o'clock hour, it just ends up kind of being a little bit less than ideal delivery for whatever move you're trying to catch, really. So given the fact that I can frame both sides, I don't know, I'm just trying to, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd rather skip the loss than be taking like a 50-50 toss up, hoping that I'm on the right side of it, you know? So we'll wait here. Yeah, I'm just looking at the 1 hour and 4 hour. It's just, I mean, it's unclear really on like every time frame. You know, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour. If anything, I would say the daily is the clearest in terms of like why we would go lower, in my opinion, right? Just looking at the daily candle currently, previous day high, bearish gap. It's like, all right, maybe we're trade down in here, but like the daily candle formation already took place in the sense of like, all right, Asia, London, and then we get this big sell-off, right? So it's like, is the low of the day already put in or no? This truly is a little tricky right now. Little tricky. First presented gap still wide open. ES hasn't traded into it either. We are holding this gap with these bodies. You can see us tapping new week opening gap, weekly open pretty much perfectly. Yeah, the hourly candle is an inside candle for right now. Yep. We've traded down to the lower wick of the previous hourly. Obviously, that hourly inverse fair value gap for the moment. We're all the way back through that again. I do wonder if, like, if we got an inversion on this lower gap, if we could get a move like this, this would be pretty nice. Just a little scalp. Didn't close really. You know, I don't even know if you go stop that big, like something like that. Nice 5-minute close. I'm not in it yet. I'm gonna let this 3 minute. I'm okay if I don't take this and I miss out on the scalp. I'm not in this. I'm just really way too iffy right now. Honestly, like, that's really about it. So I'm not in this. I don't know. Let's see what we want to do with this. I'm not in this. So 1 minute, 5 minute, like, looks decent. I wanted to try to see if that 3 minute closed as well. The 3 minute did not close as favorably, I wouldn't say, but I mean, it's all right. I don't know. Yeah, see if he wants to finish this sell off here back to like 9:30 open. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is just a little too iffy for me. I don't feel confident. I really don't feel confident. I could long here, wouldn't feel confident. I could short here, wouldn't feel confident. This just feels like a hope and a prayer, honestly. But I can see why we'd come lower, and I can see why we would go higher as well, right? But yeah, boys. So I think I'm gonna sit kaput for now. 1022. Yeah, let's just wait. We did SMT this low here with that recent push as well. And we're just in, like, we're literally in OTE of this range to go back to the highs. Remember, the hourly high was left at 10 a.m. So better to miss out on a trade than to take a loss that you don't feel great about, right? Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what they say? I don't know. They say some shit like that, right? Discipline. No way. Liking price recently? I mean, it hasn't been bad. I wouldn't say price has been bad. It's been better. It's been better. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like it's been better in November than in October. Like October honestly was like just what a weird month October kind of was, right? And I was looking at this yesterday, right? So looking at the monthly, I know my other how do I get all my drawings off here? I'm gonna hide all drawings quick. Like this is the monthly time frame, and so far in November it's been an inside monthly candle. So far inside monthly candle. Obviously, October. Nice expansion, strong close. It almost, I'm like sitting here and I'm like, this is the one thing that I'm like, bro, I feel like all-time highs. Let me see. Yeah, like this is the one thing. We're a little bit decoupled with YM. So YM is the only asset that took out October high. Now, is this the divergence that prints the high and then we see a larger sell-off? I get you could be right. You know what I mean? But I guess the way that I would look at this, if I'm just kind of ignoring YM having done that, I would just be like, if I'm just reading this chart or ES's chart, I would actually be almost more so looking at this like, all right, this monthly candle, even if it ends up being an inside month, I would still expect the next monthly candle to, accelerate through these previous monthly highs, right? And potentially, I mean, it's what, it's the 17th, so, and there's still 11 days left in this month, boys and girls, so like anything could still happen. But yeah, for the moment, inside month on the monthly, inside candle on the hourly right now, and the 4 hour. So probably why we're able to frame both sides pretty easily, but let's put these back on. Yeah, for the record, I would not have had my stop all the way up here at this high. I think I probably would have got ran out had I taken that with my stop where I was going to put it, which I didn't really have my stop in anywhere that was like a logical structural area necessarily. I was like, all right, if we're going to get a quick move down to this low off of this inversion, I just wanted my stop above these two inverted gaps. But yeah, I didn't take it anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, the 5 minute, we wicked all the way back up to these wicks. Just bad news bears right now. A lot of chopping back and forth here at the just below discount of the range. Avoided the chop, boys. Guess that's always good. You liked October better, Paris? Yeah, I don't know. I guess obviously I'm biased just kind of based on green days versus red days. I definitely November's definitely been better in that regard, I feel. Overall, but it's still tricky markets, over like the people that have been trading since like 2020 or even before that. It honestly has been such a wild market, if you will. Very unpredictable at times. Whether it's more manual intervention, more manipulation at, different times in these Trump markets, for all sorts of various reasons. Tariffs, government shutdown, obviously the longest government shutdown in our history, news events. Like for the last month and a half, we haven't had the normal news economic calendar. We just haven't had that to really use and go off of, and then we're getting events, rescheduled events coming in at random times. Like bro, NFP Thursday. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. It's been unorthodox. Obviously, we've been at all-time highs a lot this year as well. All things that have just kind of made for different challenges to, you know, compared to how I felt like y'all remember when 2022 model dropped? Picture like, yeah, 2022, picture 2023, hell, picture 2024. And just like, I mean, Biden really was asleep at the wheel. Like, that's kind of like the only thing that makes me believe in the algorithm more. I'm like, dude, literally nothing was going on. The government was on autopilot, basically. He was on the beach 46% of his term. Like, I literally think the algorithm was just fucking doing his thing. And like, I don't know, everything was easier in that sense, right? I felt so. I felt that way, at least. So we got 1030 incoming here. Good good hold off on the short scalp to first presented gap. Kind of rounding out the bottom here, if anything. Seemingly for the moment. You guys like longs? Yeah, I just don't. It's a timing element right now a little bit. But yeah, we could see with the 30-minute. Maybe that next 30-minute we accelerate through the highs, previous hourly highs. Don't mind that idea. Gotta be quick enough on the trigger here. I want to put a buy limit at 129. Let's see if we can flip this hourly candle here. Take us back to previous hourly highs, potentially. All right, let's see. I just got triggered in here. I think we very bare minimum should see at least a poke through these generated highs here. But I would say I don't want to see this gap fail, obviously. That's crazy. That's fucking so crazy. Yeah, bring back Biden, actually. Definitely voted wrong. Is it too late to vote for Kamala Harris? Because I would. I absolutely would. Yeah, let me just get the fuck out of this trade. Holy shit. Let me get the fuck out of that, boys. One candle. Just Drake me. Drake just pile drove my fat ass. Insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah. the timing element. That's what I was worried about. Crazy. Whatever, dude. I give up. New York AM session just ain't it for me. I'm retiring from New York AM session until further notice, I think. I have to do it. I just, like, what can I do? What can't I do in this session? I can't do anything. Other than hit stop loss. Honestly, Drizzy, yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea, Drizzy. I'm probably doing the same. All right, we'll wait. Man, that's a bummer. Yeah, look at the 5-minute candles here. Tough. I'd put more faith in longs here. I just, as I just got totally obliterated in a 1-minute candle on longs. I mean, I cut a little early. I saved myself like $200 on that, but oh gosh, yeah. From entry below this candle low, I got like a 38-point stop out. Buy side smooth as hell. I mean, I just went long. You just saw me get raped. Oh, you just saw me get graped. I don't know. Let me tell you. I don't know if I can say the R word on YouTube. That might get my channel banned. Yeah, we'll see what happens. 10:36 right now. Yeah, I mean, I would think either likely chop until 11 a.m. macro, or we might even see another drive down here. You know, might finally get that leg down to this gap potentially. Yeah. That's tough though. I mean, 30-minute. This is what we look like on the 30. Here's the 15. You know, kind of avoided the initial retrace to be the first one trying along this. I was trying to wait for some good confirmation to potentially see this hourly candle maybe begin to flip back after hitting the rejection block of the previous hourly wick and discount of the range, etc. 5-minute change in the state. And then obviously we SMT'd the recent low beforehand as well. So either it's going to fail and blow out these lows here one more time, or it'll just have been like a giant retracement to hold the low still and then fly. That'd be just on brand though. My stop was below this low here though, so that doesn't really matter. Would have been a full stop either way. I mean, if you're just reading the the 1 minute action here, now it looks, I mean, we flipped the long and now set up the short, so we'll see if it actually holds. One of them's going to hold eventually, that's the thing. But I'm just not really interested in trying anything else here. I gave it my one attempt. So we'll wait for macro now. Taking in, why do I feel like you ask that question every single time I take a trade ever? I don't know if there's been a trade I've taken where you've never said the opposite. It's weird. It's like you're a supporter of the channel, but you don't agree with any trade I've taken ever in my history of trading. It's a weird paradox. I don't know what to think of it. Let's wait for the macro that doesn't exist. LMAO, El Grande. Let's wait for the macro that doesn't exist. I can't tell if that's sarcastic or not. But yeah, oddly enough, I guarantee when the macro hits, it won't be like this. This won't be the condition that we're in anymore. So I think you're actually going to be proving my point, but I don't know if that's what you meant to do or not, El Grande. California time for trading sucks. Well, I'm at college. I've had 3 hours of sleep just for these choppy markets. Yeah, dude, California politically sucks ass, right? Politically, California is terrible. It's obviously terrible for other reasons as well, but it's like paradise. So it's like paradise weather-wise. It's perfect all the time. It's beautiful. But yeah, if you're a trader, I don't know, like, bro, the worst would be Hawaii. If you live in Hawaii, like, what time is it in Hawaii right now? Hawaii, wait, time in Hawaii. Yeah, it's 5:41 right now in Hawaii. I mean, this is why you see day traders move to Florida instead of like California or Hawaii. Because it's like, dude, waking up for market open. Well, it's like what? Yeah, so it's 10:40 right now. 5 hours behind New York. Yikes, bro. That's 4:30. 4:30 market open in Hawaii. That would suck. Bro. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, you gotta be dedicated if you're gonna be a West Coast trader. You gotta be dedicated, man. It's literally like living in the United States and trading London. That's exactly what it's like. Benji lives in Hawaii. Wait, he says he lives in Hawaii and it sucks, but he's telling us it's 10:40 in Bangkok. Dude, that's what we need right now. We need to go to Thailand. Is anybody from Thailand on the stream? And anybody that lives in Thailand? We got any Bangkokers here? Any Bangkokers in the chat? Any ladyboys in the chat? Have the best time zone. London 9 a.m. New York 3